Being someone other than yourself is a mistake. And a couple of reasons why. Because one, God made us each perfectly. The reason is we are all made differently. And that is something to almost celebrate because we all have different talents. We all have different experiences. We all have different values. And I know that there's a good chance that we compare ourselves to other people or we want to be like other people. But I'm not saying that people can't inspire us looking at the qualities that they have, but not exactly being who they are. Because one, we are all different. We have all gone through different things. We all have different ways of thinking about things or doing things, and that's okay. So if you're looking at somebody that you want to become like, change that mindset a little bit and look at the qualities that you like about the person. Maybe that they are healthy. And once you look at the qualities that you like about this person, take a look at yourself. Who do you want to become? Do you want to become healthy like them? Do you want to be on time? Do you like that they always have the quality of getting to the gym no matter what? There is a downside to that. I used to look up to somebody who would always go to the gym no matter what day of the week it was. It didn't matter how they were feeling, it didn't matter what they had going on. They made that a priority in their life. I loved that about them. It inspired me to do better, to make more time, to become healthier, to put in that effort. Once I started to actually see that a little bit more long term, they never give themselves a break. They never gave themselves time to heal. Even if they had gotten COVID or gotten sick, they were still going to the gym. They were still putting forth as much as they could instead of taking the time to really take care of their body. To me, that one is a little bit different. But once you take a look at who you want to become, what qualities do you want to start to possess? Are you there yet? And if you're not there, then take a look at what steps you need to get there. Do your actions, your habits, your mindset, do they resonate with the person that you want to be? And if they're not, then just take a little bit of self-reflection. What it is that you are, where you are right now to where you want to become. So take example for being healthy. Is it that you want to eat better? Do you want to exercise better? Do you want to look better? Do you want to feel better? Do you want better mental thoughts that are going through your head? A better mindset? And they don't have to be all of them. It doesn't have to be a one or multiple things. You can just pick one thing. So if you want to be on time, kind of why is it that you want to be on time? And the reason I bring up the reasons why you want to do something is because in those times that you kind of want to falter, you want to go back to your old self, the reason why or why you want to do things is going to kind of push you through that. So if you want to be on time to things, why is it that you want to be on time? I know for me that I was always late to things. And I had just decided that I was like, you know what? This is not who I want to be. I want to be that person that somebody can rely on to be there at a certain time when I said that I was going to be there. And so to me, that's a little bit of respect. It's a respect of other people's time. It's a respect of my time. It was also less stress on me. So if I knew that I had to be someplace at 2 o'clock, I wasn't rushing around beforehand because I also implemented giving myself enough time to get everything done prior to that. And this didn't happen overnight. There were still times I fell back into being late. Every single time that I did it, I was like, yeah, look at that. And I slightly congratulated myself, even though it was so little and so minuscule that it didn't matter to anybody else because nobody else knew that I was doing it. It was just me. It was just my accountability. And when I set the goal of being on time to things, it also made me more intentional. It made me more intentional with what I scheduled. It made me more intentional with who I planned my time with, what I was doing. And to me, it made me a better person. And I say that because being on time, I never used to think of as an important thing to me. And then I started to realize when people weren't on time for me, that's when it started to bother me. It started to bother me that they didn't value my time. that I didn't value my time because I let it happen and I allowed it. And that was something that I wanted to change within myself. It wasn't stuff that I wanted to change with other people, but it was just me. I wanted to respect my time. And so I made the goal of being intentional with it. I realized where I was and I realized where I wanted to be. I was never on time to things and I wanted to start being punctual. And so I set up a plan to do so. I gave myself enough time in the morning. I woke up earlier. I started to use a calendar and I started to plan so that I had enough time. And I'll tell you, I recently started working with somebody a few years ago who even took that to the next level, where they started to put travel times in there so that it gave them enough focused and determination to make sure that they were still on time to the things that they needed to get to. And that really took the scheduling for me to another level. And I really liked that. But going from that years ago of I'm just going to wing it and show up when I want to show up to intentionally setting my time of where I want to be, when I want to be, and how long it's going to take me to get there, that's amazing to me. And it might not be to you, and that's okay. That is not the goal that you might be striving towards. Maybe it is that you are trying to be healthy. Do you want to have a physically fit body? Do you want to pay attention to the foods that are starting to go into your body? And that goes back to the reason why you want to become healthy. Is it for looks? Is it for having more energy? Is it to have more confidence when you walk into a room and your shoulders are back and you know that you are in top peak performance? Is it that you want to be there for your kids? Is it that you have a less likelihood of getting sick? The reason why you're doing things is really what is going to pull you through those negative, lower times of energy that you just don't want to do it. You want to go back to the old habits that you were used to doing. And so when it comes to being healthy in whatever aspect that is, whether it's your, mind, body, or diet, put a plan in place. Maybe you have to do a little bit of research on what foods, what diet is going to get you the results or the qualities that you want. And for me, a lot of it started to go back to when I really started to want to be there for my daughter health wise. After she was born, for years, I was very overweight. I didn't lose the weight. I didn't care about myself. And then I started to realize, wow, if something happens to me, then there's really going to be no parent there for her. That kind of opened my eyes. So I started to put in a plan. I came up with a routine for exercise. I put it into my calendar. I would make adjustments. And I started to realize that I didn't like to go to the gym because I didn't want to have to leave the house on, super cold, windy, snowy days. So I came up with stuff that I could do within the house, whether it was yoga or a fitness video online. I was able to get some handheld weights and eventually kind of made my own gym. And that made a huge difference to making it easier for me to become that person that I wanted to be. When it came to diet, I started to look at labels. I started to look at the ingredients that were in food. I started to pay attention to how I felt when I would eat these foods. If it made me groggy and tired and sleepy, I didn't want that. I wanted the more energy. I wanted to feel like, oh my gosh, I can make it through this day without needing a nap throughout it. And that goes back to why everybody's goal is different. My health goals are going to be different than your health goals. The reason why I want to do something is going to be different than yours because we are different. It is because we have gone through different experiences. When my daughter's father passed away, that was not something that you most likely went through. That probably wasn't something of a reason why you wanted to be healthy. For me, it was. And that's okay because we are all different. We all have gone through different things. So going back to the original question of who do you want to be? And then why? Put a plan in place and then start narrowing that gap between where you are now to where you want to become.